Hey. So one of the other things that I'm doing to document and, just along this process is I'm writing a book. So it's like a two-part thing where the first part is just going to be almost like memoir, where, childhood into, so the premise of it is like really knowing who you are, what you can do, embracing your talents, and really it's like not letting like the man get you down, for lack of a better word. And I was just writing a little bit. It wasn't much, probably less than 1,000 words, but it was really like almost disheartening, because it's like, it almost helps me put, I was almost just like bullet pointing like events and things rather than like weaving it into a story or whatever. But it was almost, disheartening because I put a couple of pieces together that like I hadn't really thought were very like correlated at all. And there was a clear shift, I would say, middle school, 7th grade, 8th grade, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, where some things that happened to me like socially, like with friends at school, like friends putting like mean letters in my locker because they were jealous that I could do things and that I was good at things. Boys telling me I was masculine, and because I was better at sports than they were. And I remember it like that's a really hard pill to swallow when the boys that you have crushes on, which are dweebs, but when the boys you have crushes on tell you you're masculine, like what are you supposed to do? I remember very, very specifically like feeling like that. And then like how it was just sort of like from there, it was just like a downward spiral, and here I am 35 years old and I can smile about it, but like when you're living it, it sucks, and like my parents were very busy with my brother who always was in fucking trouble. And so I was really just left alone during that, like, I say alone, but yeah, like I didn't have much support during a really pivotal, transformational time. And so I was sort of just left to my own devices. And I didn't know what the better choices even were because I just didn't know, But anyway, so that's like the first part of the book, it's just like memoir stuff and, really like just like the ups and down journey, really just to where I am today. And then the second part is the like sort of like what this blog, whatever it's called, is just like documenting like the actual manifestation project that I'm doing to get to my dream life. And I actually like sat down and wrote my dream life down. And it's like, I want a job, I want income, I want revenue, I want 6 figures per month coming in. I want to be creative every day. I want to be able to work from anywhere in the world. I want there to be plenty of time for family, fun, adventures, trips. Like I want that to be priority, time, and I want to feel excited and I want to be fulfilled and I want to feel inspired. I have this great sense of gratitude for like, I don't know what it is, but whatever the universe is cooking up for me is I I can't wait for it. I mean, I can and I will, but I'm just so excited, you know, like a little kid on Christmas morning type thing, you know. And it's just so, it's such a fun feeling, especially, you know, after years and years of like dread of like living this basically the same day over and over and over and over again. You know, and it was like, no wonder I was in a rut. You know, and so the second part will be like the actual sort of real-time manifestation, and like what I'm doing in terms of meditation and visualization, you know, the inner work plus the outer physical work as well. My shoulder's feeling better. I tried to do some pull-ups yesterday. And I could tell, I mean, I'm not going to go hard and heavy on my shoulder, but I could tell that even just like hanging, like on the 4x4 outside, like even just hanging there was easier, you know, and I was able to like kip it a little bit and, you know, move forward and, you know, and let go. Whereas that was just too hard. So I can tell that this visualization that I'm doing, like during meditation of training, it's helping, you know, plus like the Beachbody workouts that I do in the morning, like it's helping, you know. It's been what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, I guess, 3 weeks. I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, but it's very interesting. And, you know, in my last video, you know, I was talking about seeing myself, you know, during visualization meditations and things like that. I talked about like being able to see myself having already done the thing, have already hit the buzzer, have already done the training, gotten in shape, you know, gotten whatever it is that allows me 6 figures per month coming in. Like I've done all that and I've seen it. So I know that that's my future, you know. And so, and so what I was saying in my last video was that I see that, and it makes it easier now because it really takes away some of the like doubt. And it keeps me, it almost keeps me from, apathy. Is that the right word? From just like stopping caring, because, and, you know, and a lot of that stems from, like worthiness and like lack of, you know, worthiness and believing in yourself. And so when I find myself like laying around too much, laying around is totally fine, I'm not saying that, but like doing it just because I don't want to do anything else, you know, it helps me, having seen that and doing these meditations and things and getting to like another dimension of the unknown, you know, with my soul, it's helpful because it's a huge motivator, because I know the potential and the possibilities, which is really, really, really exciting for me. And one of the things that I did this week, I had a couple of like phenomenal meditations. One I did with Jennifer Victoria Bell, in her School of Energetic Structuring. You should look it up. You should look her up. She's phenomenal. I can put it in her. Well, I'm not going to put the information in the iCard now because this is real time. But I will when today is sort of in the past and the school's over and everything like that. But one of the things that we did was she took us back to the point of conception, where not like the bow chicka bow wow like energy of our parents, but the actual like potential of sperm meeting egg, and like literally like the moment, that spark of conception and our initial basically like energetic structure of our time on this earth. And so she took us back there, and she did a transmission of, you know, of the structure of one, which is universal light technology. It's her modality. And it was incredible, you know, it was very, and then, so from there, it was like a sort of progression through pregnancy, and then we went to the point when like we were actually birthed like into the physical world, the outside world, you know, or whatever. And basically it's like it was her helping us own those moments as ours. You know, because a lot of times, you know, and you know, when we're birthed, what she was talking about was like when we are actually birthed, we're in a hospital room. You know, there may have been trauma, there may have been a C-section. You know, there may have been like the doctor may have been having a bad day, and so you know he had the nurse may have, you know, gotten in a fight with her boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? And so there's so many influential like energies going into your birth that that basically is what's imprinted, you know, within us and on us, and it sort of like taints everything else. And so what she had us do was go and claim those instances and reorganize the energy around it to something that is stable. How do I put this into words? That is stable and like of our own, with really no other like pure soul, with no other outside influences. And it was really, really, really cool. So I did that meditation, and then another one I did with her during her Dark Bright Integration Masterclass was we delved into like the dark, meaning the parts of ourselves and parts of our soul that we've basically collected or more so lost, like little fragmented off. The dark stuff, you know, from past lives, you know, ancestral past life, anybody in any dimension, in any lifetime, in any timeline, you know, all of that stuff is happening, like, and we pick the stuff up, you know, or we pick up like ideas, and which changes chemicals, which changes DNA, which gets passed on, you know, and so and so and so and so. And, you know, a lot of times, like, we become ashamed of things that we don't even know we're ashamed of because it happened 16 lifetimes ago, and when you were, you know, just whatever, some bad guy, and we lose parts of ourselves, and we don't want to have to experience that again. Anyways, so it's very interesting, and it's fascinating. But what she had us do was activate our soul's energy within our bodies, within our physical bodies, and then ask our souls to basically show us those dark parts and integrate whatever we really need that we have sort of left behind and like forgotten about. Have us claim it, and whatever it is, whatever talents, you know, whatever that will help us in our mission right now in this life on this planet, like sort of like pick it up, retrieve it, and integrate it, you know. But at the same time, you know, where there's dark, there's bright. They're opposites, right? The polarity of it. So she also had us go to our brightest lifetime, you know, or whatever, and see what we could gain from that as well, and bring that back. So it's like we're getting sort of the worst and the best of it, like the, you know, the highlights of both, and integrating whatever it is that we need now into our being. And it was like really interesting. And when I got done with the meditation, I was almost like nervous and shaky. But it was almost more like I had like, it was almost, I don't know, and I was really hot. It's like I had like this fire energy going through me. But anyways, and so then I had this like crazy lucid dream that night about It was about Harry Potter, and I may have talked about this on the last video, but about like the manifestation process really being like anchored in to time travel. And I realized that if you're not like into this metaphysical like quantum stuff, that probably makes like no sense at all, but that's what the whole premise of this dream was. And like it was like I was like, oh, I gotta remember this so I can write it down tomorrow, you know, but I was sleeping and I had both kids. Devin was out of town and I had both kids in the bed and I didn't want to wake them up, you know, and at the same time I was dreaming, but awake, lucid dreaming. It was just bizarre, you know, and it was about how like J.K. Rowling, and I wish I could put it into words, but it was because it doesn't make sense in my physical and like with words, but it makes sense sort of energetically. That it's like she, you know, had been living this like crappy life, and she was like broke ass poor, but yet she was writing these Harry Potter books, just doing her thing, not really knowing the expansive like success that she was eventually going to have, but yet still knowing that she was going to have, you know what I'm saying? Like she knew, and this was in my dream, probably not real life. She knew that she was going to be wildly successful, but she didn't know the steps that she was going to take to get there, you know, and it was all about just like trusting and like allowing the success to just like come through her. And then all of a sudden there she is like a billion cajillionaire. So that was like my dream, but it was all about like time travel. And it sounds crazy, but in my dream, it really made perfect sense. So basically like the thing, you know, for me, it's like I'm doing these visualizations about a time that has not yet manifested, but I have put the electromagnetic signals into the universe that is a reality that I desire. And as soon as I think it becomes like a possibility. And the more energy I put to it in the future, and like future reality, or time's not linear, but you know, so I say future, but I mean like not yet manifested in this timeline, but it's there. It's like Jennifer told me the other day, she's like, it's like I am pregnant with that desire, and right now it's like the gestation period, you know, and as it grows within my metaphorical, you know, creative sacral space, energetic center, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's growing. And then soon it won't be able to be just a idea, a possibility anymore. Like it's time to be birthed. Like there's no containing it, you know, like it has to be born. And so she was like, so, you know, you're kind of right. You know, the whole like future potential, the unknown reality, it is kind of time travel because it really is, you know, when I'm doing these meditations, I'm going to like a dimension where it exists energetically, but it hasn't yet manifested into the physical, into the 3D. And so even though it's happening right now in my physical reality, the fact that it is still unknown makes it future. I don't think I explained that very well, but hopefully you can kind of catch me or catch my drift there. But it was just very interesting. And then I did another meditation, another fantastic meditation. And it was just a lot of visualization. Like I'm, you know, manifesting a trip to, or a plane ticket to Sedona. I already have like an itinerary and an agenda for being there. It's just, I just have to get there. So I'm manifesting, you know, a first class ticket plus like a rental car that I'm going to be able to shuttle people from Phoenix, you know, into Sedona. And I want to do that. And then I also want to like have a hotel room so I can have some me time, you know, and like on both ends of the trip. And like that's the experience that I'm manifesting right now. So I was doing this visualization, and I was feeling into like the excitement of seeing my girls, you know, my Women of Woo like sisters, you know, and like taking in the mountains, you know, and walking into this like beautiful retreat house that we have, you know, and just being just in their energy. And it was just so vivid and so real. And literally the second I came out of meditation, I got a message on Facebook Messenger from an almost stranger about wanting to work with me. And I was like, fuck yeah, you know. So I had my like very first like discovery call, you know, or whatever, like accidentally. It's pretty much how my business always works. It's always like accidentally, but it's not. It's just me allowing whatever's supposed to happen, which is really cool and not accidental, because nothing is coincidental or an accident. I'm about to work out. I should have, gosh, it's been 21 minutes. Okay. Anyways, so I had this discovery call with this woman, you know, and then like later, yeah, it was all yesterday. Then later on in the night, I had a woman say that she wants me to like help her with the creative process, edit, format, and publish her book. You know, and like I'm creating like beautiful logos. Like my drawing is just, it's incredible. It's out of this world. It's so exciting. It's exciting. Okay, I'm gonna work it now. I rambled. It made a little bit of sense, but I guess basically the point is every day I'm moving a little bit forward. 1 step, 2 step, 3 steps, you know. Even if it means writing 800 words in my book. Or just exercising instead of laying in the bed like I really wanted to do. And because, oh, this is the other thing. And so last night, it was funny, I started, you know, feeling shitty about not having this money yet, you know, and it's amazing, money for the ticket, how as soon as that was my thought, I started getting like pissy about other things. And like literally I just had to like take a step back and like, it's not about anybody else, what anybody else says. It's like I went back to that victim mentality. Like, I don't even have money for my ticket yet, and you have your ticket, and you're going for a massage, and you got a new outfit, you know. But I recognized it, and I was able to shift it. Because the fact of the matter is, I will be there, and I'm going to have a new outfit, and I'm going to have a car and a hotel room, and I'm going to go first class, you know? Because I just am. That's the way it is. And I'm stoked for it. And Hurricane Dorian is, has decided to head north, and so we will probably be evacuating. So this is kind of a cool video, real time about that too. I've talked long enough. See ya.